What's up, guys? This is Kelly, aka Kelley the Great, your favorite functional medicine practitioner, your favorite clinical nutritionist, your favorite all things health. And today I want to discuss a topic that I hear in so many women. And if you are a woman, you need to listen to this. I am not even kidding. Do not click off this video because this can change the trajectory of your life. All right. So also, if you're a man and you are tuning into this video, although it's about women, you may have a woman that you absolutely love that relates to this video and could take a little bit of the tips away from this video. So please make sure that you pay attention because I've heard this so many times and I want to make sure that we are on the right path and understanding why our body does the things it does on a daily basis, okay? So every 30 days or every 28 days, we get a menstrual cycle. What is happening? Well, our uterus is the most optimistic organ in our body because every single month it thinks that we're getting pregnant, right? And so I want you guys to think about that because everything in our body plays a role and our body knows exactly what it needs to do to heal. So I say that to say, after with everything that you're experiencing, whether it be pain, whether it be fatigue, whether it be heavy bleeding, everything has a root cause and your body knows how to heal itself from that. We just have to provide it with the right things so it can do so. I always like to use with my clients, you come in the gym, you get an amazing workout, and then you go out and you eat a cheeseburger and fries. That is totally defeating the purpose of you just doing this crazy intense workout, right? And so what's happening in our body knows exactly what it needs to do to heal, and it is working with us, kind of like you're working with your body when you're exercising, but then we put in toxins or we have environmental toxins or toxins that we don't even know that are affecting us that is causing our body to do adverse things, okay? So our menstrual cycle comes every 28 to 30 days. And pretty much what happens, we have the uterus, and then you have your ovaries and the fallopian tube, all right? So I'm not going to draw it because you can go and see exactly what it looks like, and I'm not like a great drawer. All right, so we have the ovaries and the fallopian tube, and what happens is during your menstrual cycle, as we get closer to your menstrual cycle, that uterine lining starts to line, all right? As the uterine lining starts to line, it is increasing the amount of estrogen. So the estrogen in the blood, and the blood is lining that uterine lining because it's like, oh my God, pregnancy. And then after 10 days it realized, or 7 to 10 days it realized we're not pregnant, and so it starts to release everything out of our body. Now what happens when we're increasing, as we're getting closer to that period time, we are increasing the amount of estrogen in the blood because that prepares us for what? For pregnancy. And as we're getting closer to that time and our uterus is lining, that estrogen is going within the lining. And so as the estrogen goes in the lining and it starts to deplete out of the body, it releases a chemical that's called prostaglandins. Prostaglandins is what gives you that increased amount of pain. It may feel like cramping in your gut area, in your uterine area, in your lower back, even sometimes in your legs and thighs, okay? But this is the key. What causes prostaglandins to increase? What causes this pain or this heavy bleeding to just be out of this world? Well, it's the increased amount of estrogen in the blood. And many studies have shown the more estrogen you have in the blood, the more prostaglandins will be, that chemical will be released, and therefore causing that extra pain, the extra heavy bleeding, and that extra fatigue and debilitating feeling. So what does that mean? As we remove the estrogens from the blood, we remove the effects or the release of prostaglandins, and therefore we will experience what we would like to call, hopefully, a normal menstrual cycle. So what does this look like for me? Well, as I experienced a lot of different clients and patients, or people just in general that are trying to heal their body, they're not understanding, or they relate who they are to what they're experiencing. The last comment that I've gotten from a client says, I'm a heavy bleeder. I am a heavy bleeder. I've always been a heavy bleeder. I've always been this and that or whatever. Listen, you are not what your symptoms are. That is a symptom that is happening, and we just have to figure out what that is so you will become the person you desire to be, right? So when we relate those two together, it's very hard to detach ourselves from what we're actually doing that is causing the issues, okay? Because it's something that we're doing in our body that is actually causing us to have symptoms of heavy bleeding versus being a heavy bleeder. So let's separate the two. Typically what I see with women that are experiencing this is they are having ton of estrogens in their diet, in their environment, and they don't even realize exactly where they're coming from. So what are those? So here's a list of high estrogen foods, things in our environment that are causing our estrogen to increase, causing the likelihood for heavy periods, endometriosis, fibroids, all these different things that has to do with the uterine lining. All right. Number one, I always talk about this: chicken. Chicken is a animal that has been highly dosed with a lot of different estrogen hormones so it can grow, right? Any animal products, actually. So it can be chicken, it can be beef, it can be turkey. Any animal products have estrogen in them, and which in turn you're ingesting the estrogen, therefore your uterus is reacting to that. Plastic products, drinking out of cans, eating, when I say plastic products, not even just plastic bags and things like that, but eating your food out of plastic containers. A lot of your plug-ins, your scented candles, your incense, all of these things have a lot of estrogen. And over time, what people don't realize, if this is something that you've been experiencing over time, you're having this slow drip of estrogens in your life every single day. And so if you notice, maybe you did have a normal period, then after a while, it became heavy all of a sudden. Well, you've been having this slow drip for such a long period of time. Or if you've always had a heavy period, maybe your mother could have had the same organs and organ systems and things happening within her body, the same amount of estrogen, and therefore, as she was conceiving you, these habits, these patterns, these genetic mutations kind of transferred over into you, and therefore you experience it. But it can be reversed, people. You can reverse it. All right, so what does this look like? Removing all fatty items and animal products. All right, so if you remove all animal products, it's also not even just your meat. This includes your yogurt, your cheese, any dairy, eggs, all of that. Remove it out of your diet. And then remove the fatty foods. All right, so the fatty foods can be fried foods. It doesn't matter if they're fried in vegetable oil or whatever the case may be. Removing the fat, because it helps the estrogen stick and cling onto the blood in the uterus. So remove the fat for a while, whether it be fatty foods, it can even be avocados and specific oils outside of olive oil and coconut oil that you want to remove for the diet, and go towards a more plant-based diet. Why is plant-based so important when you have a heavy menstrual period? Because it increases the amount of fiber in the diet. And fiber is the magic element that helps the liver detoxify and pull out all the estrogen, all right? So decreasing the amount of estrogen based foods and environmental toxins, increasing the plant-based foods that have a ton of fiber in it, so it can pull out the estrogen from the liver, and therefore you will start to notice that your period will do a complete 360. All right. There's been so many studies on this, I can't even list them. If you would like to see the studies, please let me know. So I hope that this video helped you. You are not a victim to having heavy periods. You can change the trajectory of your life. All right. So hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. If you need any help, schedule a consultation with me and we can go into a little bit more detail about exactly what's going on with you, so we can do a complete 360 and flip the script on your life. All right. See you guys soon. Bye.